Hey guys, there are a lot of fun, very exciting things confirmed to be arriving in Etheria Restart very soon. And it was all discussed recently in the Dev Meetup interview hosted about a week ago. However, that talk, though very cool, was very long, nearly an hour long. So what I'm going to do in this video, and I will do in future videos breaking down all of these meetup interviews, I'm going to give you just the highlights, the most important things I found while watching this interview. I cut the whole 48-minute video down into just 5 minutes worth of clips. After each clip, I'll add a short bit of my own commentary, opinions, and context. However, all in all, this is going to be less than 15 minutes. Absolutely everything you need to know about the very cool things coming soon to Etheria Restart, so let's get into it. Welcome to Etheria Station. Here we go. Why have there been so many new character banners?
I'll share some thoughts about the new character release. So what's the plan, what's the frequency and the banner, and so why we release these characters. So I just add on something to this topic. We know that the banner is a little bit too frequently, so sometimes just 10 days or 2 weeks there's a new characters. It's a bit pressure for the players. So but we, as we said, we are doing in this genre. We can see, if we see the games on the market in this genre, they got 200 300 characters, right? So because this kind of game is strategy, and it's important, it's strategy and diversity and the team building, all this stuff needs more characters.
So what the developer Jack is discussing here is basically the insanely rapid release of limited banners since the game launched about 6 weeks ago now. You can see we had Messiah and Yeli already as limited banners for the Light Dark, the constant disorder units, and then we had Freya as the original limited. Then we had Hoyan and Holden down here. I actually got him. And now already we're getting more with Fukyu and Nahor. This pretty extreme injection of new characters into a brand new game has definitely been a lot, but as Jack, the developer, explains, it's really just because this game doesn't have that many anima, there aren't that many units, and for a game like this to have the creativity they want, you need more units. However, this pacing is going to slow down and become a lot more structured. That is the next thing I want to highlight. New planned duration for all future banners.
I would say the duration of this banner, it will be 3 weeks. So before it's always 2 weeks, but from this banner it will be 3 weeks, and hopefully we can fix this this duration of these banners to 3 weeks. So every 3 weeks we will release new characters, and there won't be a back-to-back light and dark banners.
So they make it pretty clear limited banners will be on a 3-week cycle, and we already see that being put into effect. Even though it feels like Fukyu and Nahor were introduced pretty fast, they actually mark the first examples of units getting this full 3-week banner. You can see it's already been a week, and there's 13 days, 44 minutes left on both. And on top of that, they are confirming you will never have back-to-back limiteds be light or dark units. So you're always going to get 6 weeks between the start of a light-dark constant disorder banner. That is very good news, as these summons are really hard to come by. It gives people a lot of time to save or hunt for good deals, whatever you want to do. More SR anima coming and already in the works.
So in the future, we are not only release SSR characters, but also SR characters. There are several already in work in progress, and so we hopefully will release in other banners. So there will maybe SSR banner, and there's also new SR characters. So it's easy to get and easy to build.
Well, anyone that's been playing Etheria Restart knows the lack of new SR units coming to the game has been pretty glaring. Literally, there have been no new SRs added, and that's all with the backdrop of 5 SSRs being added and having long limited banners. So this is the dev confirming not only are they guaranteeing SRs are coming soon, but actually some are already ready, some are already in the works. It's going to be very soon. I'm hoping the next limited banner, whoever the SSR is, has at least one new SR paired with them. New Dreamwave event will be the best and most generous since launch.
I believe this event will be the most rewarding event after launch among all these events.
Now we are discussing the new Dreamscape event, and it actually launched today when I'm filming and when this video is coming out. And I'm excited to dive into it. Let me know if you guys are already playing around. But Jack, the developer, is saying he thinks this will be the most rewarding and lucrative in terms of freebies events for players since the launch about a month and a half ago. That's pretty dang exciting. Two other things he talked about. One, just a bit of advice. He says if you always take the left portal, your rewards are going to be guaranteed. However, if you take the right portal, you can get up to 3 times more rewards, though you risk losing what you've earned. So if you're a gambling man or woman or person, take the right. Otherwise, go conservatively, go for the left. The final thing is the content creators that were part of this interview, this dev call, they were inquiring about how the developers might make it easier for us to get coins. You can see I have a nice little stockpile here, but that's because I've been farming nonstop and spending none of them because these things are so few and far between, and you can plow through 3, 4, 5 million just leveling up like 2 modules. The dev was a little wishy-washy on the topic of how we are going to get more Etheria coins, but he did mention that events like the Dreamscape over here will be an avenue to get a lot more rewards, including the Etheria coins. Most of the dev team really do play the game.
As I mentioned, most of our team also play the game whole day, so we are also like level 90 plus like that, so we are in the tier 1 player level.
Now here's a very short fun thing I just wanted to point out. The dev makes it pretty clear in this clip I'm showing you, but also throughout this call, that he actually does play the game every day. It's unfortunate that that's exceptional in this genre, but it is. And it is very cool and nice to see that him and his team, they're all actually playing, and thus they're experiencing the same problems and annoyances we are, and they're trying to tackle it because they're also annoyed by it. So that's really nice. He makes it really clear throughout the call, just the way he talks about things and things he mentions, he obviously plays. Pity for mythic shells in Inferno.
But of course, we will also check some other things like so RNG things, bad experience in a game like the inferno shell drop. Of course, it's not good, looking very good right now. I saw some screenshots that they do a 5 round or 10 round. It's all gold. It's no red. I saw that. So we are already trying to figure out a kind of PDC system, like at least every 5 round or 4 round. You at least get 1 red. So it's not 10 round, you get nothing, right?
Now here's a simple one, but a very exciting one. We got good news. If you're already farming Inferno in the Grim Pursuits, I'm nearly there on my Nico Nana, but I still don't have any Inferno on farm. I gotta get more LD SSRs. If you already are farming them though, you may have experienced doing 10 runs and getting all epics, or doing 10 runs and getting only 1 mythic. In this clip, Jack the dev makes it clear he does not want that to happen to people anymore. He's seen the screenshots, he doesn't like it, and he says very soon in the future we will have some kind of mythic shell mercy or pity or guarantee, and you'll never go more than 4 to maximum 5 runs in an Inferno level Grim Pursuit without getting at least 1 mythic shell. New training data shells replacing epic shells in Inferno.
Another thing is everybody knows in Inferno the gold one is already useless, right? So we want to replacement, but everybody's lack of the training data. So we will replace the golden ones into a special shell. You can call it training data shell.
Staying on the topic of Grim Pursuits and shell farming, this thing that Jack discusses has already been added into the game with the update just a couple days ago, and that is the introduction of the Dream Ba. Yes, technically this is a shell you can use, but you shouldn't. You get this when you farm Inferno. Unfortunately, they don't drop in Hell, only in Inferno. It is technically an epic shell, but you just sell it for training data. And as you can see, the Dream Ba, aka the TDS, training data shell, yields a far larger amount of training data when it's recycled, and you should always be recycling it, than the normal epic shells. On top of that, already in-game in all the Inferno difficulty Grim Pursuit challenges, all the epic shells are gone. They exclusively are replaced by the Dream Ball, and these are made for recycling. So if you're like me and you're just on the cusp of being able to farm Inferno, really try to get that done before you farm any more of the hell level Grim Pursuits so aggressively, because this is just going to be so much more efficient to know if you're getting an epic, it's this, and you're getting a lot more training data for it. Working on saved team loadouts with modules and shells included.
The first thing we are trying to do is for the team management, because we have team preset in the game, right? You can preset your team, but now the gears and the shells are not included. So we are trying to make a solution when you preset a team, let's say a Doki Doki team, then the team, modules and shells all included. How about that?
That's perfect. That's great.
Sounds good. Yeah,
that's
sounds
exactly
great.
what we need.
Yeah, so that's the thing, the mostly because for PvE, because we have so many different dungeons. And another thing is, for me personally, I usually have to switch from my Shadows area to another, like let's say Kraken like that. So I also don't have that much gears for all these characters. So of course, a separate for PvE and PvP gear set. We're also working on it.
Winding down now with just a phenomenal piece of news. The dev team is already working on pre-saved loadouts for teams, and those loadouts will include saving and then auto-equipping the relevant modules and shells. So what am I talking about? We are in Rengokutsu here, and you can see if I click on this button, Team Formations, I have saved this preset formation, but all that has been saved is who the 4 anima that will be used are. That was a tongue twister, but you know what I'm saying. It's just saying these are the 4 you're going to use, and then you can quick deploy them. That is convenient. However, it does not save what these units were wearing, what shell they had, anything like that. It is officially confirmed that it is in the works now for both PvE and PvP. They will have pre-saved loadouts, including modules and shells. This will make the quality of life in this game as you go from farming this to farming that to doing arena to doing real-time arena, everything just so much easier and so much more delightful. Blessing Galore 2X won't happen twice in 1 month.
How this is supposed to be and how frequently this event will happen. So in general, because you know this event is rewarding but also quite time consuming, right? You will spend whole bunch of time hours farming all the dungeons because players will save a lot of stamina for this event, we know. So that's why at the very beginning we said we only announce this event 5 days before. We don't want you to save months or to that. So that means this event won't happen too frequently. Too frequently means it won't happen twice in a month. It won't. It's just too much if it happens twice in a month. So in general, we hope it's we design it's we will launch this event 4 or 6 weeks. I think that's a 4 to 6. It's not fixed 30 days because sometimes we have to match some of our big updates or some let's say big holiday, like let's say Christmas, right? Before Christmas or New Year, Happy New Year, maybe we will fix the schedule to that New Year or New Year like that.
And last but not least, the 2x farming, 2x drops, blessings galore. The dev here is confirming it will basically never happen more than once a month. He discusses a 4 to 6 week cycle. So this both confirms it will always be coming, right? It's not just like a once in a blue moon thing. It should be fairly cyclical, whether it be every 4 weeks or 6 weeks, but also it's not gonna be something that happens all the time, like twice a month. He says it will not happen more than once a month. The only exception he points out is if there's like some big holidays coming. He mentions Christmas, he mentions New Year's. So I think you can already put in your calendar. We will get at least a 2x blessings galore during the Christmas and New Year's holidays. There you go, guys. Everything you need to know from this very long but very fruitful dev interview broken down in under 15 minutes. Please let me know what you liked about this format and what you didn't like. And I know you didn't like that it came out over a week after the original interview, but I promise we're going to do a lot better in the future. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to download Etheria, use my link in the description and the top pin comment. I've been Fastidious. This has been Etheria Station. Share it with your mother. We'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.